Today we are taking a look at the Wyze Cam Outdoor. This is Wyze's wireless, weather-resistant, say that 3 times fast, camera that you can put almost anywhere. Let's take a look at some of the features. Has 1080p live stream and recording with night vision. Has 110-degree field of view and 8 times digital zoom. They also claim that you'll have crisp video up to 25 feet away at night. It has an IP65 weather-resistant rating, which will help it stand up against the elements. It has two 2600 milliamp rechargeable batteries, which depending on your conditions will last about 3 to 6 months with each charge. As with other Wyze cameras, it has 14-day cloud storage for 12-second event videos. It has PIR motion detection, will help reduce false alerts on your phone. Also has expandable storage with micro SD card slots up to 32 gigabytes. You can connect up to 4 cameras on one base station. It also has two-way audio so you can communicate through it. And lastly, it has an interesting feature called travel mode, which will allow offline recording. It will record motion or time-lapse videos locally to the micro SD card when you're without an internet connection or base station. Let's get it open, set it up, and do some testing. All right, let's see what we get in the box. Okie dokie. The legs are pretty rigid, which I guess is good. For mounting, it's magnetically attached to its base plate. Pretty strong magnet. On the back, it has the charging port, looks like micro USB, and an on-off switch. On the bottom, has a micro SD card slot and a sync button. The base station is compact. We have a sync button on the base station and the SD card slot on one side. You have a USB port and a reset button on the other side. And then vents all around, obviously 2 antennas. You have the power and Ethernet port on the back. Comes a little bag, maybe of mounting screws. Power brick and cable, probably for the base station. Yeah, power for the base station. Quick setup guide. Looks like a charging cable for the camera and an Ethernet cable if you're going to hardwire the base station. Okay, let's talk about installation and the features within the app. Installation was pretty straightforward as with other Wyze products. The app gives you very easy to follow instructions. First, you plug in and connect the base station, you add it within the app, and then you turn on and add the camera within the app as well. Following the instructions as I mentioned. You sync the two together, and really that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's talk about the features within the app. There's a battery level indicator. You can toggle night vision on, off, or auto. You can change the video quality from 360p to SD to HD or to auto. You can turn the sound on and off. You can initiate recording manually. You can use the microphone within the app to speak through the speaker on the camera to somebody on the other side. You can manually take a photo. You can initiate a time lapse with the camera or schedule a recording. You can access the album from the app. You can also turn on and off the motion tagging, which will just highlight where the camera is tracking motion. You can turn the camera on and off within the app. You can change the name of the camera. There are 2 sliders. One will allow you to set the detection setting for distance from close to far. And then you can also set image sensitivity from low to high. You cannot adjust the detection zone, but you can see the detection zone within the app, which will help you move the camera accordingly to have it capture the area that you want. You can toggle motion detection to trigger event recordings. You can also adjust the cooldown period. The cooldown is really the amount of time between detecting a motion event and then recording again. So say somebody walks by the camera and you have the cooldown set to 5 minutes. For the next 5 minutes, the camera won't record again. And if you're going to be back and forth, that helps reduce the notifications for you. You can also turn on and off backing up the camera to the base station. You can toggle notifications on and off. You can toggle night vision IR lights on and off. You can also rotate the image 180 degrees if you're going to mount the camera upside down. And there's a bunch of other toggles for things like including the Wyze logo in the recording, a timestamp, watermark, a record sound. Lastly, you can access travel mode, which will allow you to initiate a time lapse or recording when the camera is not connected to the base station or the internet. It'll record to the expandable SD card. I tried using travel mode twice to do 2 time lapses. The first time I thought I did it properly and I thought I initiated it, but I guess I didn't because it didn't record anything, and the second time I got it to work. So for my testing, it's a little bit finicky. All right, so let's talk about what I do like. I feel like the picture quality is good for being 1080p. I also like the field of view. I feel like it captures a lot within frame. I also like that it was really easy to set up, and it's part of the Wyze ecosystem. So if you have other Wyze cameras, I'm currently using the Wyze doorbell. So it's all in one app, and that's a nice convenience to have. I also like that it has expandable storage within the camera and in the base station. And lastly, I like the price. Now let's talk about what I don't like. I did notice in testing, when the camera is farther away from the base station, connecting the camera to the base station and connecting the app to the camera wasn't very reliable. I also found through a few different tests that when the camera was farther away from the base station and I was just testing to see how long it would take to notify me of motion by me just walking by, and I was walking by maybe 5 or 10 feet away from the camera, there were a couple instances where it didn't capture the motion and it didn't capture the event in the app either. In my eyes, that's a big miss. I also did some testing when the camera was closer to the base station, and I didn't find that same issue where it wasn't capturing motion. But regardless of the distance between the camera and the base station, the time it takes for the camera to pick up the motion event and send you the notification is about a 25-second lag, which isn't the end of the world, but it's not as quick as I'd like or as quick as I've seen on other devices. Let's talk price. The price of the starter bundle, which I unboxed earlier in the video, is $59.98. And then the cost of an additional add-on camera is $46.98. So is it worth it? The short answer, in my opinion, is no. The fact that I don't trust the reliability of the camera and its ability to pick up motion events and notify me is really a deal breaker for me. Now, that being said, the longer answer, like a lot of my other reviews, there is probably a group of people where this camera will serve well. If you live in a house or an apartment where your router and your base station are not going to be far from the camera, I think this might work for you, as long as you're comfortable knowing that there might be a little bit of a lag, 20 to 25 seconds between the motion event and the notification. And I think in most cases, that's probably not a big deal. The other big win about the camera is that it cost a quarter or half the price of a lot of the other competitive outdoor wireless cameras. So it greatly reduces your cost of entry to get some cameras up outside that aren't hardwired. I hope you found this review informative and useful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe and click here for another one of our great reviews. Thanks. I'll see you in the next one. All right, let's see what we get in the box here. All I need is a knife. It has something you can open on the back here.